Guard. Hollie Bonewit-Cron, the head swimming coach of the Nova Southeastern University Sharks. And we have with us today one of our really top-notch swimmers, Erin Black, a junior, in fact a transfer from Florida Gulf Coast. So we're going to talk about this young lady that we have with us today, Erin Black.
Oh, she's fantastic. She came to us. I mean, she was a godsend to us because she came in and, you know, she started training straight away. And I think it's been such a great road for her so far that it's only going to get better for her. I know she was, you know, looking for a new opportunity, a new place to start her training back up again, and she found a great place.
Well, tell us a little bit before we bring her in.
Yeah.
Her times in two specific races are pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's done great in the 500 and 1,000, among many other events. I mean, she swims everything from distance freestyle to sprint freestyle to backstroke, and everything in between. So, you know, her 454 in the 500 and her 1007 in the 1,000 have just been incredible. And
well, in fact, they're the top two division times in the country.
Indeed, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. And her 500 time automatically qualifies her for the NCAA championship, so she already has a ticket to go.
You got that ticket stamped?
I hope so.
Welcome. First of all, yeah, transferring is a big deal.
It is.
It's a huge deal because, you know, when you're recruited out of high school, you're from Fort Myers, you know, Florida Gulf Coast, right down the road from you, and you know, close to home.
Very close.
And, you know, I'm sure close to your heart, and you go there, and then all of a sudden, something happens where you think, maybe this isn't the best fit for me. So tell me about that.
I mean, they have a great program, and things just didn't fit how I needed to train, and I figured that out when my times didn't reflect what I wanted, and so I kind of went off on a limb, and I just quit one day, and I was like, that's it, and I told myself I'm going to train on my own, and I'm going to transfer. And I looked at all these other schools, and I mean, I was kind of looking at Nova, and then I came on a trip here, and I met Hollie, and I was just immediately sold. I mean, I asked her about our training, and she pulled out this, oh my gosh, this book. It's like this big, and she's like, well, what month do you want to see? And she's like, holding it open, and, you know, there's all these charts and bar graphs, and explaining what kind of training we do, and it's not just what we call garbage yardage, it's actual yardage that, you know, I can feel myself getting better throughout the season. It's not just, oh, hopefully I'll swim better when I taper. It's, you know, I've seen improvements every single time I race, and there's always something that you can change. So it's been a great road, and I know that I still have to taper. So, I mean, I have no idea what to expect for this nationals and conference, and I'm so excited to see everyone else swim too. I just know we're gonna really shock some people and ourselves, I think.
There are so many. We're not going to have enough time for this segment. I can tell you that right now. But it takes a lot of guts and a lot of self-confidence, okay, to quit, train on your own, and then really kind of pray to God that someone wants you. Because, quite frankly, if I'm a coach and I'm looking at a swimmer who quits, I'm thinking there's a red flag for me.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely think that some of the coaches thought that. And my times were a little bit better from after I quit FGCU, but they weren't great. You know, and I just swam the Shark Invite, and I think every time I hit the wall, I looked at the clock, and I could almost cry. I was like, oh my gosh, like, oh, do you see those times? I was like, that can't be me, you know, and it was a lot easier than I expected to go that fast. Mm-hmm. So I'm just so excited.
You can see it in your face. Tell me about the recruiting process. And again, and I'm just kind of laying it out on the table. Mm-hmm. You look at an athlete who quits. Mm-hmm. It does send up a little bit of a red flag. Yet you had this belief in Erin.
Yeah, there was a lot that went behind recruiting her, though. It was a lot with talking with her and to really dig deep into what she wanted and what her goals were and how those goals were not met with where she was before. And a lot of it had to do with where she came from with her club program. I know her club coach, I know her club team, I know the background she came from, so I knew the drive was there, I knew the motivation was there, it just had to be rediscovered. So,
tell me about her as a swimmer.
Oh, she's so easy to coach. It's so much fun to coach her because, you know, we got this little thing where sometimes I tell her time, sometimes I don't, and you know, it's a lot of direct communication with her because it's important to get a feel for what she needs and what she wants to hear and all that good stuff. So I think that's important to have communication, and she listens and she also gives me good feedback.
All right, I'm gonna throw something out. Maybe it's not the appropriate time to do it, but we're talking about nationals and, we've talked to some of your other swimmers. Do you look at the Olympics and go, that's where I need to be one day? Or is that something that's not on your radar yet?
I think we're just working for nationals right now. I mean, we have some other goals set forward, and it would be great to make Olympic trials this season, and we'll cross our fingers. But I think right now the priority is going to be conference first, and that's our mind goal, or our mindset. And then after that, it's time to really, really go to nationals and see what we can do.
Right, and don't put the pressure. I get that, but from a coaching standpoint,
Yep.
talent-wise.
Mm-hmm. Talent-wise with Erin, yeah, it's so nice to be able to coach, her as well as the other swimmers with this kind of talent, with this ability to show up at the conference meet and be able to do the best that she's ever done before, potentially, and then go on to the NCAA championships and make herself well known as well as her program.
Conference. So, pardon me. Tell me about this team in terms of going to the conference now and where you see this team playing out.
I mean, this team, we are ready to go. We're excited, and I mean, Hollie just had a talk with us yesterday and took away the men's rings and told us it's not about last year, it's about this year.
You took away the rings?
She took away the
And
rings.
took away the men's conference championship rings.
And I think that's great, because it really doesn't matter what we did last year. We have to prove it this year again that we're going to be the best. And I think, I think that we can win, and we think that we can win, but I don't think it's going to be easy.
Right.
It's going to be hard, and it's going to be a battle, but I think that we have more heart than everybody else, and you can definitely see that even our home meets that we're not tapered for, everybody's always up cheering, and we're all excited to be there, and if someone swims well, we're all so happy for everyone else.
I want to ask you about that, because when you think of swimming, you think it's an individual sport. I mean, you're competing against, it's a one-on-one deal.
Yeah.
And here in the college arena, it's the swimming team. Has this team bonded as a team like you would think a softball team or a basketball team or a baseball team?
Definitely, I think so. I think winter training helped that. She killed us at winter training, and I think that we all had to lean on each other to make it through, and I was very impressed with how everyone, had positive attitudes and showed up and was happy to be there. And of course, when she gave us a practice off, we were, a little excited, but we all wanted to be there, and we all have the same goals, and we're just all really supportive of each other, and we definitely are a team. I can count on one of my teammates to be there for me, and count on one of my teammates to be jumping around on the bulkhead when I'm trying to get my A cut in the 500.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see everybody out there.
How important is it for you to have this team be a team in terms of pulling for each other?
It has to be a must. It has to be the foundation of where we go and what we want to do, because they have to support each other in order for them to see and reach their goals. So yeah, I try to implement that every day, in some way or another, whether it's encouraging them to get after each other in practice or even away from the pool, and making sure everyone is doing everything right.
This level of success that this team has had, I believe, has to help you too as you continue to recruit, because you have to continue to recruit with swimmers,
That's right.
aging out, so to speak,
That's right.
graduating. So tell me how that's going for you.
The recruiting is going well. I think we've gotten to a point where we are selecting people who fit our program, who will come in and be part of that family. It's one thing to have an Olympic gold medalist come in and be on your team, but they have to be the right fit as well. And so that's what I look for in the recruiting process, is making sure that the personalities mesh and the goals that each recruit has.
Classroom work. Let me ask you about that. What's your major?
I'm exercise sports science.
And how's that going?
It's good. I was nursing, and then I switched it, and it's confused me so much just because I love all the classes I'm taking, and now I don't know what I want to do. But I really like the emphasis on athletics, and maybe put a thought in my mind of staying in athletics, like college athletics, being a coach or doing something in that area.
Right. And I know that Hollie has, like all the coaches here, really do stress to make sure that you succeed in the classroom. That's become a really huge thing here, and I think that's really testimony to what Mike Momini has established, and because really the truth of the matter is that once you leave, especially the sport of swimming, you need to be able to fall back on something other than, there's no league for me to go to, right?
Right.
right? So education is...
Even
is-
one day professional athletes are gonna have to retire and they're gonna have to lean back on something, their education.
Erin Black, what a pleasure to meet you.
Thank
What a
you.
delightful,
Yeah.
delightful time we've had with you.
Thank you so
Best
much.
of luck to you. Oh my God, we'll have you back. And Coach,
Yeah,
we're gonna have you back again soon.
thank you. I
Be-
look forward to it.
best
And
of
I hope I
luck.
can bring Erin back with me.
Oh my goodness gracious, you bring back those swimmers. I'll tell you what, they're bright, they're energetic, they have that gleam in their eye. It's just, it's wonderful. And you can, for those of you listening, I hope you get it, because the energy here on this campus with all of the athletes, both in the classroom and on the court and in the water and on the field, is extraordinary. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Saturday here on 640 AM Shark Sports Wrap. I'm Tony Segreto. We hope to see you back here next week, right here on 640 AM. You have been listening to Shark Sports Wrap.